Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to Setup Wars for episode 49 limited edition. Let's get straight into it.
Ever official Setup Wars seal of approval goes to what's up guys, it's Ed from TechSource and welcome to Setup Wars episode 49 Ultimate Edition, where I feature the best of the best setups right here in this episode. It's about to get real. Without wasting any more time, let the Setup Wars begin. Never pay full price for games ever again, guys. G2A offers the cheapest CD keys you can find anywhere. Check them out by clicking on the link below. So as I mentioned in the intro of this video, this is called the Ultimate Edition, where I basically put together the best desk setups all in one episode. And I'm doing this because I realize it's just not fair putting high-end setups with decent or basic setups, because they always end up winning and it just doesn't make any sense. So hopefully with this new change, Setup Wars will be more balanced and more fair. But anyways, everyone's gear for their setups along with anything I recommend in this episode will be linked below. But here are your 5 setup masters for this episode. We have Ben, Emil, Kyle, Marcus, and Julius. Let the optical orgasms begin. Starting off, we have Ben and his black and blue triple monitor setup. We have 3 Dell 24-inch monitors hooked up to the Ergotech monitor stand, and below that we have the Razer Nostromo gamepad, Corsair K70 RGB keyboard, and the Mad Catz 9 wireless gaming mouse. And all of that is resting on top of the Corsair extended mousepad. I love how he organized the Logitech Z50 speakers around the desk. It looks very clean and symmetrical. Hell, even the coasters are symmetrical. We have one on each side. My OCD thanks you. I also love the fact that you added a boom arm for your mic. A very clever decision and a very clever placement right on the actual monitor stand. It keeps the mic off your desk and you can retract it back and hide it behind your monitors when you are not using them. Sticking with the black and blue theme, we also have a GT Omega racing chair and some blue LEDs in the back of the mic desk. Cable management is also on point. We have everything wrapped up and routed in the back of the desk using some cable clips and zip ties. I mean, if you can keep a drawer clean like this, then cable management shouldn't be an issue at all. The PC that's powering the setup has an i7-3820 and an AMD HD 7950, which he is planning on upgrading to a 980 Ti. The only thing I'm not a fan of is that random box to the left of your setup. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, and I feel like there's no real reason for it to be there. I also like that you hung your headphones on a hanger, but I feel like it's a bit out of reach being on the right side and all the way down there. I mean, if you can reach it with no problem, then just ignore my recommendation, but what about placing it on the left side of your desk using this type of hanger? I feel like it would be a lot easier to reach, but overall a very clean setup. Thank you, Ben, very much for entering. Email is next up with 3 24-inch Dell monitors mounted against the wall. God damn, that looks beautiful. On the desk we have the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard and a Corsair M65 RGB mouse on top of the Corsair extended mousepad. Sandwiching the monitors, we have 2 Audio Engine A5 Plus speakers and a Belkin Lightning charging dock for the iPhone on the right side. Cable management is flawless. It appears that he drilled a hole for both the keyboard and mouse and routed the cables on the roof of the desk and behind the drawers. Job well done, but what the hell did you do with the monitor wires?
What sorcery is this?
No, but seriously, I think that he routed them through the wall because that's pretty much the only way I see it being possible. The PC that's powering the setup has a 4770K and an EVGA GTX 760 inside the NZXT H440 case. Excellent cable management in here as well. On the opposite side of his setup, we have a few posters of Bob Marley, and we also have a few shelves that are holding up his gear, like the Blue Snowball mic, a GoPro, and a pair of M50Xs. Overall, a very clean setup, nothing I can really recommend. Thank you, Emil or Emil, for entering. At number 3, we have Marcus and his... This dude has a dining table as his desk. A dining table. What the f? So we have one 27-inch ASUS ROG Swift monitor in the middle, which is sandwiched by 2 ASUS 27-inch 1080p monitors and an LG 34-inch ultra-wide up top. On the desk we have the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard and the Logitech G502 mouse on top of an enormous mousepad from Mionix. We also have a pair of Wavemaster speakers on each side, Audio-Technica M50Xs on a transparent acrylic stand, and a black and white DX Racer chair to top everything off. I don't even know what the hell to say about the cable management. I don't even know what he did with them. The keyboard and mouse wire is obviously routed through the desk, and the monitor cables are drilled through the wall, but how the hell is the PC connected? It's almost as if he has a wireless PC. What? Alright, obviously it's all about perspective and how he took the pictures. Obviously the wires are being routed behind the PC to the roof of the desk, where there is a power strip, which is then connected to a wall outlet all the way off to the left side. That's all I got. Very clever placement of the audio interface on top of the speaker, but where is the mic that's connected to it? The PC that's powering this setup has a 6700K paired with a GTX 980 Ti. I'm not sure why the GeForce logo isn't lighting up, but I would recommend watching my GPU mod video to learn how to scrape off that green paint and make the logo appear white. I think that will look way better in that Corsair 780T case, and it will also match your overall setup's theme. What can I say? This setup is flawless. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5th ever Setup Wars seal of approval goes to Maro. Whoa. Are those headphones just chilling on the desk? So close. This close, Marcus, to get that seal. Maybe next time. Very sexy setup, Marcus. A huge improvement from episode 15 of Setup Wars, no doubt. Thank you for entering. Next up is Julian back again with an updated setup. Who can forget that view? Not only did Julius win episode 31 of Setup Wars, but he ended up winning the setup of the year for 2015, which I can clearly see that you are showing off next to your bed. But the question is, will you win this year's? We shall see. So on the desk we have two 21-inch Asus monitors sandwiching a 29-inch LG monitor with a CM Storm Quickfire keyboard and a Logitech MX Master right below. Cable management is really clean. It looks like Julian drilled a hole in the desk and routed the keyboard wire through. I also see a power strip mounted against the roof of the desk and the PC that's powering this setup in a drawer off to the right side. It's currently rocking an FX 8350 and a GTX 750 graphics card. I also see a pair of M50Xs with some D-brand skins. It's not a sponsor, I promise. Julian here is a pro photographer, which explains the wall of photos and the display of classic cameras right next to his bed. On the other side of the bed, we have a little charging stand that's holding up his iPhone and Apple Watch, and a few Xbox controllers mounted on the wall. One of the coolest things about this setup is the fact that he has a projector that doubles as blinds. You can basically lower it down anytime he wants to block out the sun and start gaming on his Xbox One. I personally don't think that monitor setup is effective, since those two outer monitors are a bit far from the center of your view. I feel like 3 regular size monitors would be much more efficient if you really need 3 displays. But overall, I'm really happy to have you back on the show, Julian. Still one of my personal favorite setups. Thank you for entering. Last but not least, we have Kyle with a purple, green, and white themed setup. Talk about being unique. So we have two 27-inch monitors. The right one is an Asus Swift featuring G-Sync and a 144Hz refresh rate, and the left being a basic 60Hz 1080p monitor. On the desk we have the Corsair K70 RGB keyboard and Logitech G502 mouse on top of an extended mouse pad from Corsair. Jesus, Corsair's making bank. We also have the Focusrite audio interface in the back with a Rode boom arm, which is hooked up to the Audio-Technica 2035 microphone. A really smart choice and place. Look how much cleaner it looks without it being on the desk. Cable management, on the other hand, is flawless. Drilling a hole in the desk and routing the keyboard and mouse through seems to be a popular thing, and a lot of people are doing it. I can't blame them. I mean, it looks super clean, so why the hell not? The PC that's powering this setup has a 4770K and a GTX 970 packed inside the Corsair 600T case. Excellent work with cable management in that PC as well. Not really a fan of the color scheme, since there's a lot of different colors. There's really no consistency. But overall, a very dope setup, nothing I can really recommend. Thank you, Kyle, for entering. So that will do it for this episode of Setup Wars. You guys know what to do. Drop your comments down below and vote on who you think has the best desk setup. As always, the winner will be announced on Sunday on my Twitter and Instafel, so make sure you're following me there if you want to. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you for the worst Setup Wars, which is coming out next.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and peace out.